Hey, good evening, everybody. How is everybody today? This is Shawn Kelly on Into the Night, um, Tuesday night, 10 o'clock p.m. And you got to excuse me tonight because I'm tired tonight. Um, and it's because, like I said last week, during the holidays where I work at, it's awful busy, you know, and I work a lot of hours. And I'm just tired. I'm tired today. So there's a couple things that I wanted to bring up today about a little bit of Christmas thing, and we're just going to wing it tonight. Okay, we're going to wing it. So how was everybody's week? Mine's been tiring. Okay, really tiring. But I managed to get up in the morning, put my shoes and socks on, and go my clothes, and I end up going to work as usual. Um, I have been helping as many people as I can, during, this holiday season. Um, my thing, I said that I made a challenge last week. And that challenge was if you could go to the Salvation Army or go to the food bank and at least donate one can of food or some food or anything that you could. Well, I really didn't have the time to get there, but what was crazy though, this was really crazy. Where I work at, Stop and Save, um, there is a church that feeds 70 people weekly. Okay, and so I went into work Friday morning, and my meat manager came up to me and he said, "Can you take care of this order?" And I said, "Sure, I could do that." So I made 70 pounds of ground meat, 1 pound packages. I made um, chicken thighs, 70 packages of chicken thighs, and as long as I was doing it, I'm thinking, wow, you know, the big man upstairs must have heard my prayers. And so I'm the only one that did it. No one helped me. It was my baby. It was my job to do. And so I figured, hey, if I can't make it to the Salvation Army or the food bank, I can do this for 70 people. And so, wasn't just hamburger meat, or it just wasn't, or just chicken thighs, but we gave like 70 half gallons of milk, 70 dozen of eggs. We wanted to make sure, 70 half hams, you know, and it's just, to me, it's a little thing to do. But to a person who has no food for the holiday season or families who are struggling, okay, it's huge for them, you know? And it felt good. I really felt good. And when the people came Sunday to pick the food up, everything, I just had this like nice little warm feeling that I had, So did anybody, go along with the challenge and hit the food banks with something tonight? If so, if you don't want to say that you did, that's okay. But if you didn't make it, that's okay too. You know, it was just a challenge. You know, and so that's where I'm at right now today. Um, I don't know how's everybody else doing this holiday season. Anybody? Please make a comment in the comment section for my show, and I'd like to hear about it. We like to hear what's on your mind. I want to know a question from you guys is what does Christmas mean to you? Okay. I would like to know because Christmas to me is, it's not so much getting a present. Hey, Holly, how you doing? I'm a bah humbug. Oh, man. You know, I almost got there this past week, but you know what? I'm I can't get into that bah humbug because I'm a miserable SOB, if you understand what I mean. I can't bah humbug it. But I hope you're, well, how do you say you're a bah humbug, Holly? How come? Please share with us if you want. Um, but Christmas to me is very, it's not so much getting the presents, okay? It's more about giving than receiving, you know? And especially when it comes to little children, how excited they are, going to bed Christmas Eve, knowing that Santa Claus will be there, um, and leave them something for Christmas morning, a gift or two, you know, and when they smile and how they're all excited, and the mom and dads, they're cooking breakfast in the morning, and poor old mom and dad being up till 3, 4 in the morning trying to put together everything. They're tired, but it's all about to believe it's all about the kids. My cousin here, Brian, says, "Doing well, bud. Christmas means a lot more than when people are getting older." Doing well, bud. Christmas means a lot more when people are getting. That's true, Brian, because I feel the same way. I'm getting older. I'm the big 6-0. You know what I mean? I know you're still, young. You're a youngster, Brian, but it is because we all went through that phase, where we were the kid and we were getting the presents. Oh, you will see me again one of these days, Brian. I'm just going to come down to South Carolina, knock on your door, take your mom and dad, and you out to dinner. You will definitely see me again, definitely. Since I retired from ghost hunting, I can, go places. But Merry Christmas to you and your mom and your dad. Give your mom a hug for me, please. I appreciate that. Tell her we miss her. And Holly says, I think Christmas got too commercialized and the true meaning got lost along the way. You know what, Holly? That is true. It is commercialized. But what's crazy about this year? I don't see so many ads in the newspapers anymore. It just seems like everything is being done online. I'll be the first one to admit it that, I got Christmas presents online, because it's easy, it's simple. But what about the times when you were young where you would just sit at the table or sit around the Christmas tree, watch some Christmas movies, or have a party like I said last week. It's my mom's birthday on Christmas Day, but we always had a birthday party for her on Christmas Eve, and so we really, really look forward to Christmas Eve. I never attempted to go to midnight mass because I was usually tired. I was really, really tired, but we knew, when we woke up, that we go up to the 12:30 mass up at St. Bernard's Church. It's not called that no more. It's called what is it called? St. Michael's, the Archangel, like St. Michael's the Archangel or something like that. But go out and get all dressed up nice and then go over to my grandpa's house, sit on his lap. He'd flip me a silver quarter or silver dollar, and it meant the world, But it just, I remember, when I was young, I was in bed before my mom's Christmas parties were coming around. But as I got older, I was allowed to stay up a little bit. And, like 10, 15 people coming over the house on Christmas Eve and just having a lot of fun playing Christmas carols, decorating the tree. I don't think that goes anymore. You know what I mean? My mom, she likes to have our Christmas tree up before Thanksgiving, so that's what we did, and we put it up. And My mom likes to decorate with the bulbs. I put the tree up. It's a fig tree, which is okay. It lasted 20 some years. So, and it's still looking good. You know, the most important uh, thing on the tree, okay, and maybe I'll take a picture and show it to you, but we have an angel on top of our tree. And I kind of face the angel looking at me because where I sit in the living room, you know. And when I'm feeling down or if I'm feeling bad, it's like, you know what? I look up at her and I know she's down there smiling at me, you know. I always wonder, could I have her the guardian angel? Or is my guardian angel sitting up on that tree looking down at me, probably smoking a pack of cigarettes because I'm driving them crazy, or her crazy. Who knows what it is? Holly just typed in, I just got tired with all the fuss after my kids got grown up. Yeah, you know, Holly, I just have one. I don't know how many kids you have, Holly, but I got one son. And right now he's out in Indiana State and he's coming in for Christmas, which I'm very, very grateful for and which I'm very happy for. But you know what? It was all about him growing up. And then, and it really wasn't so fussy. You have three sons. God bless you, Holly. At least you don't have to pay for all the weddings, huh? That's what the wives are for. But yeah, I understand, Holly, what you're getting at. It's gotten to the point. Honest to God, everybody, it got to the point for this year. I don't even know what to get them. I know usually I give him like Starbucks or I'll buy him a book on Ohio State, Brian. Remember that, Ohio State, not Penn State, Ohio State. Okay, just want you to remember that. Need to get that in there on you, Brian. But he likes Ohio State football. He likes Ohio State basketball. And you know what? I try to get him like a book or something like that on that. But he's 32 and then he has his own life, what's going on. So, you know what? Basically, I just going to get him a Starbucks, present, a gift card for $50 and then, pay for his gas on the way back to Indiana and then slip him a $20, $25, $25 meal dollars, so he can get a meal on the way home, and that's about it. But you know what? It's not that I give it because I want to, and he is my son, okay? But by giving to him and giving to my mom and giving to my brothers and giving it to anybody who needs it, to me, that is the meaning of Christmas to me, by giving. Not so much to receiving, because to be honest with you, everybody, I got practically everything I need. And usually it's all material. And I'm not really big into material things, Now I got my own Christmas present coming up in January, and that's my brand new truck, which I'm really, really looking forward to. Never had a truck, but that's my Christmas present to me, So, like everybody out there, like Holly shared that she's a bah humbug, and she got tired of all the fuss. How about anybody else? And my cousin Brian, he means when people are getting older, I really don't want to say this, but I really only have the spirit for maybe a day or two, to be honest with you, because I'm so busy at work, and helping people out and trying to do their meal, and because it's funny being a meat cutter. Oops, someone sent something to me. I don't know. Oh, okay. Oh, Joe says, okay. That's my boy. That's my producer. But you know what? But just being a meat cutter, okay, it's not so much just cutting meat and grinding for hamburger. You actually have to teach people how to cook. You know, in fact, I'll give you a good for instance. Today, some lady came up and she was all nervous because she was having her people come in over the weekend. I mean, over Christmas, and she wanted to get a ham, and she wanted, to cook them a dinner. You know, and I did that. I said, well, how many people are you feeding? How much do you think is there going to be more food? The typical questions. And I wasn't ignorant with her. I was just nice, and I planned out her dinner for her. And she just had like the biggest relief on her. And see, to me, ladies and gentlemen, that's Christmas for me, you know. But the spirit of it, I just, it's real hard for me to get into it. I get on here the last couple of weeks and I'm taught, got to get the Christmas spirit, happy, holly, jolly, whatever, but I'd be lying to tell it. Whoa, whoa, my chair just moved. I got a ghost here. Holy crap. Whoa, this is creepy. Michelle, if you're listening, who is it? Woo, that was strong. But I guess the ghost is trying to tell me, you know what? You do have the Christmas spirit. And I do. Wow, this is huge. You should see my goosebumps. They're crazy. Let's see. Can you show? Look at them. But I guess it looks like I have to start getting into the Christmas spirit. And I will probably. Now, when you guys watch, I want to ask another question here. When you watch movies, right? Do you cry at them? Do you cry at Christmas movies, or whenever you hear like a Christmas Carol of some sort? Do you cry? I know I do. And I'm going to be honest with you right now. I'm getting creeped out. It's been a while, but this one snuck up on me and still here. I don't know what it is. So if if I look a little bit fidgety tonight, you know what? And I keep looking around. You know what? That's the reason why. It's the ghost of Christmas present from Christmas Carol. Oh, I love you. You're great. It could be. It could be. It's probably it. It could be the ghost of Christmas present. You know, because I don't know. I sounded like a Donnie Downer there. For a little bit there. But maybe the spirit just came back and kicked me in the butt right now. And this is how the paranormal works. You know what I mean? I guarantee it's probably my guardian angel because it was like very, very, very intense. And my guardian angel is Uriel, Uriel. Look him up on Google him, and he'll tell you all about him. He's been with me for a very long time, and whenever I get stepped out of line, you know what? He's there to kick me in the butt. You know what I mean? So everything is calming down now. But when it comes to Christmas music, Christmas carols or Christmas music, and is there a thought that just comes to your head and just make you want to cry? I do. My favorite Christmas carol is "Oh Holy Night." All right, and I don't know if you ever heard of the group Trans-Siberian Orchestra. You got to go, okay, because their Christmas concert is out of this world. Silent Night. Ah, okay. That's a pretty song. Silent Night. I like that too. But when I hear "Oh Holy Night," that Holly's was Silent Night. So whenever I hear "Oh Holy," the stars and brighter shining, Yeah, I sing a little bit too. I get a little teardrop in my eye. And what child is this who laid the rest on Mary's lap and is sleeping? You know, and there's a couple, but there's some very, very good, happy ones, though, I must say. I remember when my son was like in the sixth grade, um, rock, was it rocking around the Christmas tree? Yeah, my son was the Christmas tree, and it's been what 20, 24, 25 years now, and I remember that, and every time I hear that song, and I'm like, it just brings a smile because I still see my son up there on the stage as a Christmas tree. This was really pretty cool, you know what I mean? But the reason why I brought up A Christmas Carol, because, I was going to bring this up last week, but we really didn't have any time. But one day I was at work and on the radio, because we have to hear Christmas music. Grandma, that's a good one. Holly says, Grandma got run over by a reindeer. That's funny. So I like that one. But Holly, about a while back, like I said, that working in the supermarket, you actually got to hear Christmas Carol 24/7 there. The day after Thanksgiving, all the way up until the day after Christmas. You have to hear Christmas 24/7 up there. So the song that I heard was the 12 Days of Christmas. And I'm like, wow, that would be something to think about. Is there another meaning behind the 12 days of Christmas? Well, there is. You know what? And I come to find out, I had it all written down, but I lost it. But the Christmas Carol, 12 Days of Christmas, is basically written for December 26th up to the 5th of January, something like that. And I always thought it was part of Christmas, but it's actually after the part of Christmas. And there's some different things, like a partridge in a pear tree, they resemble that as a dove. 5 golden rings stuff. It was really cool. I had it all written down. I was all ready to go with it. And then I forgot all about it last week. So please forgive me when I do that. I forget a lot. But you know what? It was interesting about the 12 days of Christmas. There was so much information about it, because I said to myself, I said, Self, these are old Christmas songs. And I'm sure there's another meaning behind all that. It could be religious. It could be, something, what I'm trying to say, something that had to pertain to it, like the Catholic religion, or something like that. But it was, so I've been doing a little research on it, and the first one that came up was the 12 Days of Christmas. And, ever since being on the radio, I do a lot of research to the best of my ability. And, it's crazy. I do the research, write it down, and I lose it. Or I write it down in my notes, and I'm like, okay, what did I write? That's the thing I want to ask you guys, too. Have you write down notes and you can't even read your own handwriting? The joke going on right now is, in order, we older people, we write cursive. Okay. And everyone's saying that it's a secret code on how to write, which is true. I believe that. It's funny, when my son was in grade school, they never taught him how to write. And I'm thinking, that's crazy. That's really, really crazy. But I can't even read his. So he's, he is a doctor, but I can't read his. But I'm sure Holly says, I write down recipes and can't read them. Yeah, I know what you mean. My mom, Holly, my mom's handwriting is really, really tiny, very tiny. And, she'll give me a grocery list to do, when after work, after I'm done working. And I literally have to call her and I'll have to ask her, what do you got here? What's this one saying? But, and that's okay. I got to share this with you. When my dad was alive, no, my dad was a very patient guy. And one year, when his cards were huge, you know what I mean. Instead of sending an email or whatever, but when you actually sent Christmas cards, we would send about 150 of them, every year. So one year, my father had a red pen and a green pen, and every other letter was red and green. And he did that for all the Christmas cards, but he had the patience for it. My dad had really good writing. And it was crazy. He did it, like Shawn, green S, red H, green A, red W, green N, And he did that with all his Christmas cards. I missed my dad, you know. I outlived him. He died at 52, you know. And Christmases with him, it was kind of hard with him because he always worked. He worked down at the Pittsburgh Press whenever it was around. And he worked weird hours and stuff. So he usually had to work, Christmas night. But my dad was a good man, He died when he was 52. He died of cancer, And so I outlived my father. But, they say, when you die, there's going to be people waiting for you when you get into heaven, right? Okay. And I'm thinking, and I'm hoping, I really, really am hoping that my dad's waiting for me, so I can give him a hug, And it's really weird because all during the ghost hunting business and, doing the paranormal, it just felt like I never saw my father. It was hard. Maybe he did come to me. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. I know that I sit in this spot in the living room, and every now and then I'll smell some cigarette smoke, and I'll smell coffee. So when I do that, I figure he's popping in and just checking me out. My mom wanted me to tell you this story, on my show on the show tonight. My brother got our fur coat. Okay, I mean, I don't know. He knows a dude who knows a dude who knows a dude, one of them. But he got it for really cheap, And so it was actually hanging between. We had the sliding doors in our house, and it was actually hung. And one morning, my mom woke up at 4:30 in the morning, and she saw this big shadow standing in front of behind the TV in between the living room and the dining room. And she thought it was a ghost. Honest to God, she got scared. It was funny when she told me that story. Holly, Shawn, if you're doing the vaping thing, please quit. It's very harmful to your lungs. Thank you for bringing that up, Holly. Thank you. I do vape, and I know you see it sometimes, and I really shouldn't because pretty soon big things are happening to this station. But Holly, I will try. Maybe, I can't tell you straight out that I will not quit because I won't quit right now. Because to be honest with you, it's all I have to calm my nerves. To be honest with you, it's all I have. And who knows, maybe one day I will. But I'll make sure to tell you that if I do it, I will do it, But thank you for sharing that with me. Thank you. You're a good girl. You're a good girl, Holly. Thank you. You're a good friend, too. So we'll see what goes. Um, but, I was doing a little research today. I figured. I found out, I found out that what the mistletoe is all about. So, anybody out there, Holly, anybody, Brian, does anyone can tell me about the mistletoe? Hmm. Okay, so I wrote it down and I have it right here. I actually did it at work. Okay, I'll check this out. You're welcome, hon. Now, here's the mistletoe meaning. Okay. Um, the Celtic Druids valued the mistletoe for its healing experiences, healing energies. A young lady caught under the mistletoe could not refuse a kiss. Hi, Denise. Good to see you. Merry Christmas to you, hon. A young lady, and this is the second meaning, a young lady caught under the mistletoe could not refuse a kiss. If a girl is not kissed, she will be single next Christmas. All right, all you girls out there, you better get some mistletoe if you want if you want to get be married by next Christmas. If not, you'll be single again. Um, According to ancient customs, after each kiss, one berry is to be removed until they are all gone. Now, I come up with a question. It was, is mistletoe a symbol of Christmas? What do you think? Is it a symbol? That explains why I never got married. Better go find some. Oh, it's funny. Better go find some mistletoe. Take it to a party. I hope I'm invited to the wedding hall. The mistletoe is a symbol of Christmas. It associates with fertility and vitality. So, by the 18th century, it was incorporated during Christmas celebrations. No way. Yeah, Santa Claus will bring you a man next year. There you go. That's a joke. Not getting married. Okay. All right. Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I won't probably get no chocolate chip cookies this year either, huh? But that's okay. But that's the thing about the mistletoe, because I'd like again, I sit at work and I'm cutting meat and I'm thinking of all these different things, you know. And so the mistletoe came up. I was like, let's see what it has to say. And that's what it had to say. So before my show started, I had a very good show last show on Chasing Prophecy. It was on the missing 411, a UFO connection. And so I did a lot of research on that. So I really never got into what I wanted to do. But I just said, who is Santa Claus? Does anyone know who Santa Claus is? Well, I found out real quick that it was St. Nicholas, and he was born in the year 286 AD. And the story behind him was he was really rich, and And what he would do was go all over the countryside, and he would give his money away to people who needed it, and heal the sick. He was always there to help people. So that's how St. Nicholas got to be considered Santa Claus. Santa Claus to me is just a person, somebody growing up that would bring me presents. But as time went on, Santa Claus meant the true meaning of Christmas for me because he brought joy and happiness to everybody, you know. And it's not so much around the Christmas time for me that I believe in Santa Claus or I think of him, you know, during the year, you know, probably, you know, something good happens, you know, it's like, you know, he jumps on this sleigh and throws me like, you know, a couple cookies and a glass of milk, and it makes my life a lot better, you know. That's what Santa Claus means to me. Santa Claus means giving to me. And do I believe him? No. Do I believe in him? No. But you know what? There are people out there who do believe in him. And that's okay, right? Whatever keeps them going. Holly says, I always used to joke I wasn't getting married until I was 62. I only have about 8 months left to get married. That's funny, Holly. Well, I'll tell you what, my psychic prediction is telling me, Holly, that you're going to get married, you know, in a couple of years. That's my psychic prediction. You'd kill me if that happened, huh? You'd be like, oh, let's pay Shawn all this money. So, who is Santa Claus to you? Who is Santa Claus? Feel free to feel free to explain in the comments who you think Santa Claus is. You know, I don't know, but I know he's giving, and if he's anything like Saint Nicholas, you know, that's pretty cool. You know, that's what's happening in my computer. You know, that big old spirit that came earlier in the show. It, you know, it's around, but you know, he backed away, so it had to be my guardian angel, absolutely, no doubt. You know, to kick me in the butt to keep going. So, what is everybody's plans for Christmas? Thank you, girl. Thank you, Denise. She hit it right on the head. The spirit of giving without expecting anything back. Awesome, Denise. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. And it's true. Denise hit it right on the spot. The spirit of giving without expecting anything back is the true meaning of Christmas. You know, we all can get material things. We can get the new phone, we can get the new TV, or a ring or jewelry, something like that. But you know what? What would be awesome is just to give your love, your kindness, your patience as a present to a person. Because if you look at it, you know, we only handle those material things for maybe about a week. And then they get put away in the jewelry box or wherever, you know. So, you know, the next day, it's like, oh, look at this ring I got. Look at this phone. Look at this watch. And then you put it away. But when you can give your love and you can give your help and you can give your, you know, your patience, your love, when you can give that to a person, especially around the holiday season, okay, that's a lot. To me, that would be the best present in the world. You know, it would be. Unless it's your mom. You know, my mom's lucky because her birthday's on Christmas Day. She was born on Christmas. So she gets 2 presents, and she always reminds us that we have to get her 2 presents. But you know what? I'll get her presents, but also will give her my love. You know, in the back of your mind, you're saying, well, you're supposed to. That's your mom. True, she is. But you know what? Without her, I would not be here today without my mom. She took me in when I had nothing. And now I got a lot. And I truly believe that um, God said, you know, Shawn, it's time to take care of your mom. And I do. I do. I take care of her. And she might not notice it sometimes. But, you know, that's my Christmas present to her. Oh, one of your exes. I thought you were never married, hon. Huh. Holly says one of my ex's birthdays was on Christmas, you know. But my mom is my mom. And I got to take care of her. We got to take care of our mothers and fathers. We have to, you know, because they took care of us. Oh, it wasn't just a boyfriend. Oh, okay. Okay. Just a boyfriend. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Boy, that guy lucked out, Holly. He should have hung on to you. You know, you're a good woman. You're a good person. Just like Denise is. She's a good person. My cousin Brian, he's a good person. My friend Tommy, he's a good person. You know? But my mom, I got to take care of my mom. And that's okay. And that's okay. So that is the whole true meaning of Christmas. Denise, you really knocked it right on the head. The spirit of giving without expecting anything back. So right there, that line, that simple line from my friend Denise saying that is true. Giving and not receiving. No expectations. So that's some of my Christmas stuff so far. I got one more week, you know. We got one more week before Christmas comes on, and I will definitely be on next week. You know, and well, just right now, you know, I got about 8 minutes left on this show. Denise wrote, since my mom died 9 years ago, my brother comes to my house in the morning. Then a friend started inviting me for Christmas dinner with his extended family. So I have an adopted family. Oh, God bless you, Denise. God bless them. That's sweet. That's nice to hear. That's really nice to hear. They have an adopted family. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. Appreciate that, Denise. Thank you very much. So what's everybody's plans for Christmas? I got 7 minutes left here, and I'd like to know well, Denise just, you know, shared hers. Holly, what's your plans for Christmas? You know, anybody out there? I'll be on my plan is that, you know, because I got to work Christmas Eve. So I'm going to be dead tired, but I'm going to be tired, but you know what? My son will be in. We'll watch the Steeler game, and I get to sleep in on Christmas morning because we're closed. And listen, if any of y'all need to talk, you know, you can reach me on my Facebook page. Really, you can. It's Shawn Kelly, okay? And my picture of my Facebook page is the logo, Pittsburgh Paranormal Society. That's me. And, you know, send me a chat. I won't give you my number. I don't do that anymore because there's a lot of problems that happen. But please send me a message through Messenger on Facebook at, you know, Shawn Kelly, Pittsburgh Paranormal Society is the picture on my profile page. Holly just said, I told my oldest son, I'm too old now. It's your turn to do the holidays. Putting the foot down, Holly, huh? Putting your foot down. That's okay. You know what's funny, Holly? Come Thanksgiving, I wanted to cook Thanksgiving dinner. So I had everything prepared. I had the turkey ready. I had the stuff ready for the stuffing. Dinner was ready. Honest to God, Holly, seriously. And of course, my mom wanted to cook. I said, Mom, I'm cooking Thanksgiving dinner today. She said, No, you ain't. I am. And I just had a little smile on my face. I was like, okay. Even though you're 83 years old, you're still the boss. So I totally understand. But I one day she'll let me cook. My mom's cute. Um, because when I get off at 2 o'clock, my mom will start dinner. Okay. And by the time I get home, I have to finish the dinner. And that's okay. My mom's my main important person in my life right now. Right now is my mom. You know, don't know how long I get to and how much more time I get to spend with her, but you know what? I'm there, and I am going to definitely help her out as much as I can because it's my mom, and everybody should have that attitude toward their moms and dads. And if your moms and dads aren't around, okay, you got aunts and uncles, or you got friends that you could do that to. You know. Thank you, Holly. Thank you for saying that. She's a good mom. She raised me right, I think. Not for a while. But I really believe that God's saying, you know what, Shawn, you need to take care of her now. Make her feel comfortable and safe. You know. But listen, okay, we're at the 47-minute mark. I hope everybody enjoyed the show tonight. I do a lot of talking, and I just shared my my experience, strength, and hope for everybody. I hope you learned a little bit today. I learned a little bit about everybody tonight by sharing in the chat room, which I think was really, really cool. So next week's show, who knows what's going to be, but it's going to have to deal with Christmas. I don't know. I'll have to come up with something else. Maybe more songs, maybe more like Rudolph, the Red-Nosed Reindeer. The best two cartoons in the world was what? Frosty the Snowman and then Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer are my favorites. They're the best, It's funny, speaking of that, before we go here, we're at work today and all of us are working. And one of my workers says, you know what? We all go, what's up? He said, you guys watch Rudolph, Red-Nosed Reindeer? And I said, yes, I do. Good night, Holly. God bless you too. I said, we all said, yeah, we do. And he said, don't you feel like that we are on an island with misfit toys, that we're the misfit toys? And it's all the meat cutters in the meat room. We kind of agree. We had a little chuckle about it, But I want to say goodnight to everybody. Thank you for joining in and listening to my show. I will be on next week at 10 o'clock p.m., same time, same channel, same station. And everybody be safe tonight, and have a wonderful weekend, okay? In a weekend, whatever, do what you got to do. You too, hon. Have a good week too, Denise. Denise is a good girl. I like her. She's a good friend. Her and Holly are good friends, my good friends, and I appreciate them a lot. I must not say it a lot, but I do appreciate you guys. I appreciate everybody that's in my life today. But everybody, good night. Have a good evening and see you next week. And parents, please, especially in this season right now, go up and give your kids a hug and tell them that you love them. And children, please go to your parents and give them a hug and tell them that you love them. Because those 3 words, I love you, go a long way. And on that note, good night, happy hunting, and Merry Christmas. Good night. And just got to wait for somebody to close the show down. So who's all listening? Just waiting for my boss to shut the show down. Those in the smoke.